Hello, athletes. Welcome and thank you for tuning into the Coach Katie Danger podcast, recorded live from Omaha, Nebraska. I'm your host, Coach Katie Danger, U.S. Army veteran, fitness coach, and founder of Red H Nutrition. Here's a fact for you. 99% of us are not elite athletes. We're individuals from all backgrounds, juggling life's priorities, including jobs, our families, their needs, and trying to find time to take care of ourselves. Every single week when you tune in, I'll be discussing clear, concise, and actionable strategies you can use to get the most from your fitness, nutrition, and mindset so you can optimize your life without compromising your time. So athletes, settle in and get comfortable. I'm here to educate, inspire, empower, and entertain you to help you enjoy the unique fitness journey that you are on. Hey athletes, welcome to episode number 59 of the Coach Katie Danger podcast. And as usual, I am super excited to be on your audio player today, and I've got a great show in store for you. I talk a lot about fitness and wellness strategies and how you can implement them into your routine to get more from your fitness, more recovery, more gains, more weight loss, you name it. I want you to experience more during your fitness journey. And one of the big pieces of the puzzle, for me at least, is infrared sauna therapy. And I want it to be a piece of the puzzle for you too. Now, one of the very first podcast episodes that I did was about red light therapy. Over quarantine last year, I bought a red light to help with improving mood and cellular health. I mean, we were all kind of stuck inside, and when quarantine happened, it was late March, early April in Nebraska. So, the weather wasn't too great. And then they closed down the parks here in Omaha. So staying inside was kind of the only option. So buying this red light, I'd done some research on it, and it would help with improving mood and cellular health. But then I started reading more about adding heat therapy to infrared light can really take this concept of cellular health and detoxification to the next level. Then last July, an infrared sauna studio opened up here in Omaha. And because I will try anything once, I had to check it out. I was blown away. I was absolutely floored. Now, not only are the facilities of Perspire Sauna Studio top notch, they're clean, they're organized, they're spacious, they're private. But the owners have an invested interest in their members and the results because they have a very deep why. At their core, they believe in what they do. And I found that business owners who have a deep and personal why behind their business are also the ones that have the best services. And I also like to align with businesses and people that, have the same values that I do. And the owners of Perspire Sauna Studio in Omaha, Nate and Ashley, we have a lot in common when it comes to our whys and our deep personal values and what we want to bring to people and help them reach their fitness goals faster. So in a few moments, you're going to hear the pre-recorded audio of the interview between myself and owners Nate and Ashley of Perspire Sauna Studio. Not only will you learn the science behind infrared light technology and color light therapy, because they not only take the infrared therapy, they take the heat technology, but they also take chromotherapy. So using different lights, your red, yellow, green, purple, blue, and orange, they use all of these lights. But you're going to learn more about their personal fitness journeys and why it drove them to invest their savings and their time into opening Perspire. They are driven to help their members change their lives with this piece of the fitness puzzle. All right, athletes, I want you to sit back and I want you to enjoy this conversation with Nate, Ashley, and myself about infrared sauna therapy and the benefits of adding this piece of the puzzle to your fitness and wellness plan. All right. Hey, guys, I am here with Ashley and Nate at Perspire Sauna Studio, and I'm really excited to get their input on infrared sauna technology, and then some other pieces of the puzzle here, because there are lots of pieces to the health and wellness puzzle, which I'm sure they'll agree on as soon as we get some input for them. Now, personally, I love using Perspire Sauna Studios to help me in my fitness journey and goals, but I want to know more about the science, and that's essentially what I want their input for. These guys are experts, they're owners, they're invested, and personally, I think this feels good. Not only is the heat great, but I feel the physical benefits of it. I love being warm because I kind of think that I'm cold-blooded at heart. Nate, Ashley, thank you guys so much today. I want to know more about infrared technology, so let's just dive in. What is it? More than just a fancy word, what is it?
Yeah, Katie, thank you for having us. I'll let Ashley begin with talking about infrared.
Yeah, definitely. So, we got really excited the first time we discovered infrared. So we'd always tried our traditional saunas and just kind of felt a little overly toasty, a little wonky in them. It's a little bit hard to breathe in those saunas, although they're still very, very good for you, and we still enjoy them to an extent. We had found something that was much more tolerable, and it was much easier to breathe in the sauna. So when we started researching to find out, hey, is this too good to be true? What we found is that The traditional sauna actually heats the air surrounding you, and the infrared sauna actually heats your soft body tissue directly. So that causes for a much deeper sweat and induces vasodilation. So it'll widen those blood vessels, causing your blood pressure to go down. The blood will flow more easily. It'll increase your heart rate, so you'll get kind of that anaerobic exercise, and you're just going to get a really, really good, deep, clean sweat overall.
Okay. Nate, you got anything to add?
Yeah, I mean, one of the biggest things I think that it can aid in helping is stress elimination. So it allows you to go from the sympathetic to the, parasympathetic state of being, you want to get in that rest and digest as opposed to that fight or flight. I think that is one of the best ways to unlock your full potential as a person is to eliminate stress, because then the healing can begin. So I think our saunas do that. That's one of the main reasons why I use a sauna. So generally in the evenings, I sauna 4 to 5 days a week. Generally after 7 p.m. Something that I've really, really noticed benefits on is sleep quality. I used to not sleep the greatest. I used to be a super light sleeper. Any noise would wake me up. Since I've been using sauna regularly, since we opened in July, I honestly sleep very, very deeply. I feel way more rested, recovered. I notice also when I use the sauna that my muscle recovery from exercise and working out is much, much better. If I do a heavy squat day or a heavy deadlift day, the next day I'm good to go again after I use the sauna after exercise. So some of those just, personal experiences and personal experience on that have really, really just allowed me to understand the benefits of sauna use. The sauna is going to heat up your core, like Ashley said, through that infrared light spectrum, which is below the visible light spectrum. So you can't really see the rays, but they're there. But they do penetrate up to about 3 inches inside the body, basically vibrating your cells to cleave off toxins, to raise that core body temperature, kind of inducing an artificial fever. That artificial fever basically is where healing starts. That's your natural body response to that. That's why when you're sick, you get a fever, because that allows your body to then start sending the blood to the right areas and healing. So that's exactly what the sauna mimics.
Okay, that's amazing, because one, we know that there's scientific evidence to support this. We know that. But I think what's more beneficial for people, especially the athletes listening, is that anecdotal evidence. You just said, you've experimented with it, you've tried other things. What about you, Ashley? Nate's talked about post-workout sauna, but what is your evidence personally for some of these things that you mentioned, right? Recovery, detox. You got anything?
Yeah. A lot for me, recovery as well. So, not coming from a hardcore, recent athletic background, but back in high school and to college, I was a hardcore runner, had a lot of injuries from that. I've had back surgery, which took me a long time to come back from, and it didn't actually do a lot to help me. But I think from that, when I saw sorenesses creep up, I'm able to use sauna, and it's super helpful for kind of calming down all that inflammation, helping me to feel better so that I can get back out there working out sooner. I can get out there walking, jogging, do those things that I enjoy to do if I, do sauna for a couple of days, which has been super helpful for me. And then I also just noticed my overall inflammation. So, just coming from a background too of having a lot of challenges with, hey, what foods can I eat that won't affect my body after having so many stressors in my life? If I eat something that is slightly off one day and I notice bloat or, hey, I don't feel fantastic today from that food, if I go into the sauna, it greatly the next morning when I wake up, my bloat will have gone down quite a bit. And I notice that I feel a little bit better, or if I've eaten a lot of sugar or something like that. We all kind of go down that rabbit hole sometimes. So it definitely helps my mind to just kind of be a little clearer and a little fresher for that next day. So those are the biggest things for me. And then I think just, with that stress elimination.
So recovery. Do you think that's what Perspire's piece of the puzzle, that it fits into the piece of the puzzle of recovery for an athlete?
It 100% does. It's one of the tools in the toolbox. You look at all these things. If you're going to perform optimally exercising, you want to eat optimally. You also want to rest and recover optimally. I think that sauna can really aid in that piece of it, because, if you get great sleep, you eat well, and you put your body through exercise, might as well recover so you can get back to doing all those things as quickly as possible. And again, sauna does provide the benefits to get you there.
Yeah, that's what we all want to do. Feeling good feels good. So I agree with everything. Personal experience, I think it makes me feel great. One thing that makes Perspire stand out, besides infrared, is color therapy, chromotherapy, right? What is that all about? I've known for a while that certain colors can like energize you, but you don't necessarily think about it too much. But you come in here, you get to choose between, I don't know how many different colors. But who wants to talk about chromotherapy a little bit and the benefits of that in the health and wellness piece?
Yeah, color light therapy. I know, that's kind of a big thing right now, that red light therapy especially. So that is also on the infrared spectrum. So all the different lights are on a different piece of that infrared spectrum as well. They're just in that visible spectrum. So they're not going to penetrate as deeply into your body, but you're still going to get a skin or, slightly deeper level of healing and things like that from that. So like take red light therapy, for instance. So that is the closest color that you get to that near infrared spectrum. So you're going to get benefits that are very, very close, not quite as good, but very close to like that, those benefits that you get in the near infrared that's coming from the sauna. So it's very good for like photobiomodulation. So
say that one more time. That was a big word.
Photobiomodulation.
Okay.
Yeah. So essentially it's going to help replenish your cells. So it's going to take that mitochondria in your cells. So the powerhouse in the cells is going to kind of help clear out the bad stuff in that cell, and help your cells be able to function better. It's very, very good. It's at the red light therapy in our saunas is about at 660 nanometers. So that's kind of the optimal red light range that you want to be in for the best healing if you are using red light. If you want to use another color, all the colors are good for something different in the body because they resonate with different cells in different ways, different energy centers in the body. So take blue, for example. Blue is very good for relaxation because of how it reacts with certain cells in your bodies, the frequency of the light based on the frequency of certain cells in your bodies. Green is a very good kind of overall healing color for people in general. So if they're not quite sure what color to use, then green's a great option to start with. A lot of times if I feel like I have maybe a slight cold or muscle that's been a little overworked, I'll go with green. And after a couple of, green sessions, I'm like, okay, yep, feeling pretty good again. So.
Okay. I also see you got orange, purple, and yellow. What are those about? Orange, purple, and yellow.
So yellow is going to be great for skin health.
Okay.
It helps with the elasticity of the skin. A lot of our members and guests will come in, use that color, and really notice a difference after 1 to 5 sessions that their skin is tighter. It feels softer. That's the skin is such a large organ. We don't really view it as that, but it eliminates the most waste out of our body through sweating. So it's going to be constantly renewed by the infrared, but then plus with the yellow interacting with the elasticity of that cell, it's going to make your skin tighter and less wrinkles appear, which is really, really cool. Purple is going to be kind of what we call the mind easer. So it's going to aid in, lowering stress. It's also going to activate the creative centers of your brain. So we have a lot of people that use either purple or violet when they want to be in a more creative mood. Maybe they're reading a book, writing a story, trying to get, just activate that center in the brain to help them in their everyday pursuit of whatever their job or their family is, but it really helps to activate the creative center. Orange is a good mix between red and yellow. So red, like Ashley was talking about, it has a metabolic effect. It definitely, in my own experiment with it, if I sauna for 40 minutes with red light versus blue light, at the end of my session, my heart rate will be about 20 beats higher.
Yes, it is.
In the red light. It's incredible. I have my Fitbit that I wear in my session, but it is wild to know that the color of the light, the same temperature, same sauna, same time of day, but the color of the light can have that drastic of an impact, which I think is so cool. But yeah, getting back to orange, it's kind of that cross between the red with that metabolic effect, that stimulant type effect, and then the yellow helping with the skin health and balancing that all out.
So I can totally attest to that. Hey, I know and you know that I talk a lot about using supplements on your fitness journey and reaching your full potential. How I believe they're integral pieces of the puzzle to reaching your best self and best fitness results. But do you know how supplements fit into your plan? Do you know what to take for your goals and how much of a supplement you should take? If you've ever had any of those questions and you want to know how supplements can work for you and your goals, go to yourfitnesssupplements.com and take the free 3-point personalized supplement assessment. And with just a few questions, you'll have a complete personalized supplement recommendation in less than 60 seconds. You'll know more about how supplements fit into your fitness goals, what's safe, and what's effective and perfect for you. So type in yourfitnesssupplements.com in your internet browser take the free assessment, and get on the fast track to your best fitness results.
Usually I don't use red because my heart rate gets high enough in the sauna. I'm the purple person. I also like to read until I get too sweaty and I can't read anymore. But I like purple the best. I feel like my heart rate stays the lowest because the heat just obviously raises it in general. But I want to know what your guys' favorite. So Ashley, what's your favorite color to use on average?
On average, I tend towards the blue and the red.
Okay, and then Nate?
Blue, honestly, when I sauna, it's going to be after 7 p.m. And blue really just helps to kind of reset my mind, lower all my stress for the day. That way I can drift off into sleep when my mind's not going 100 miles an hour anymore.
You know, we talked a lot about the detox portion, the recovery portion, but I know that a lot of your members probably are doing this for weight loss benefits too. Just speak a little bit on that. I mean, we know that when your heat increases, thermogenesis, we're probably burning more calories at rest. So this is great for people who want to lose weight, right? Do you have any member stories that can attest to this?
Yeah, we do have a member. I won't mention his name or anything like that for privacy reasons, but he's been coming since we opened. He's a larger guy. He's been working, doing a couple things with diet, exercise, and he's used sauna as well since July. He's lost 60 pounds with a combination of, like I said, the sauna, getting better sleep, focusing on the good things in his life, which is a huge, change amongst his previous life of, being inactive and not eating the right things. He's tried to incorporate good things in his life, such as eating well, sleeping well, exercising, and then also sauna, health and wellness type modalities.
So what's a typical sauna session like when a member comes in? What are they going to experience? How long are they? What goes on?
Yeah, so a typical session is 40 minutes in length. So when you come in the door, you're going to be very relaxed. As you walk in, it's going to smell like eucalyptus, which is a very, very soothing, calm smell. We also play meditative music over top of the airwaves in the studio, so you have kind of that meditative effect. You'll be greeted in the front when you walk in by one of our awesome staff members or team members. They'll take you to your sauna. They'll explain everything about the room that you have. So every single experience will be your own private suite. You have that suite for about 50 minutes for a 40-minute sauna session. You walk in the door, you can lock the door. That space is completely yours and yours alone. In every suite, there's a sauna and then some room to change and towel off and everything like that. But the sauna itself is fully adjustable temperature-wise while you're in there. As long as you're above 115 degrees, you'll see benefits from infrared, but it does go up to 158.
Okay, so 115 to 158 is the range.
That's the range you want to be in. We start most people out between 130 and 140 as kind of their first time. Mm-hmm. And then, like I said, throughout the session, they can self-adjust with a little keypad up and down the temperature.
Okay.
It's super, super easy to do that. You also have options to relax and unwind. So we have soft music playing, or they can pick their favorite radio station or watch anything from Netflix or Hulu as well.
Okay. You really went over good tips for you went over what the first time session is like. Are there any special little bits of advice you'd give to somebody who's maybe a first timer or maybe been doing it for a while and, just hasn't thought of this little pro tip yet? What do you have for that?
Yeah, definitely. We should just suggest remaining well hydrated all the time. I notice that's a big thing too, and the temperature that I can handle throughout my session, if I'm not well hydrated one day, or if I haven't been drinking enough during the entire week prior, there's a huge difference in my session, as well as with electrolytes as well, just making sure that those stay in balance, I would say, for people. And then just, people really focusing too on perhaps, their eating when they come before the sauna. So we've had people come in before who've eaten a large pizza before their session. And, they've been back numerous times since and they're like, yeah, I don't think that was the best option before my first sauna. We do suggest a light snack unless somebody is perhaps very experienced with fasting and things like that, because we do have people that come in like that, but we would recommend, you do that sparingly or at your own risk. If you're not well versed with fasting, we would recommend within a few hours of coming in, eat a light snack just so you can have some energy and get through your session.
So here's some things that I wrote down that I've learned. I have to have an extra towel because I sweat profusely. I guess that's because I do hydrate well. I like to bring extra water too. I usually drink 32 ounces, if not more, during my session. So whatever those small little water bottles you get anywhere, right? I'm 2 or 3 of those at least. I cannot use my phone in the sauna for very long because it just gets too hot and just doesn't work anymore. I also have noticed, and this might be just for females only, but loose fitting clothes. I cannot put my bra back on very well after I sauna because I leave and I'm just I'm still sweating a little bit. So loose clothing has always helped me too. Like if you're a beginner, if you're coming here the first time, how many sessions would you suggest somebody start with a week?
We recommend coming at least twice a week on average. Your first session might feel completely different than your next session based on your hydration level. Like Ashley talked about, if you ate something going in, you might not sweat for the first 15 to 20 minutes of your first session because of, just your body getting used to, wow, this is heat, this is a stressor. Your body doesn't sometimes know how to respond. We recommend twice a week. But the more times you come, the more accustomed your body will get to it, and the faster you will sweat. I've gone over 160 times since we opened, which is a really, really awesome amount. But I noticed that my first couple times, it would take me 15, 20 minutes to sweat. I sweat almost within 2 or 3 minutes and start, pouring sweat almost immediately now, which is something my body, of course, has adapted to, and now it knows that is its time to sweat and get rid of those toxins built up.
Any other pro tips, Ashley? Anything else maybe a first timer should know, or even an experienced user?
Yeah, I think my biggest recommendation would just be, some people kind of like to keep the heat as high as possible, and then the last 15 or so minutes, they say that was really hard to get through. It's highly recommended, just turn the heat down a little bit. You're still getting great benefits. You're still going to sweat a lot. Make sure that you're taking time to also enjoy the session. I know some people are very competitive, myself included, but just, turn the heat down a little bit so that it's comfortable to an extent, so that you can truly just enjoy it and take it all in and really get that kind of time away from the day. And then I like your tip about not taking your phone in also. In addition to it getting hot, we do just also like people to just kind of unwind. So
Unplug.
yeah, so even though you have full options for TV and things like that, I also like to take an actual book with me and read it while I'm in the sauna. And generally it's a nonfiction, and it's just super, super good time to, take it all in and really focus in. So.
Yeah, that's probably the main reason I love my sauna sessions is it's so hard for me to put my phone down, just connected all the time. So being able to disconnect, and I really don't have a choice. So it's like, okay, I can do this. I cannot be on my phone for 40 plus minutes. But I want to bring this all back around. Infrared technology, photobiomodulation, chromotherapy, all part of the fitness and wellness journey. But why exactly did you guys decide to go into business? And I guess, how does this business fuel your wellness journey and passion?
Frankly, it was a complete accident that we ran across it. We were traveling, and I had been on my own big health journey after just literally mentally and physically just not being able to function as a human being should be able to function, which unfortunately I think happens to more people than we think it does. And in our travels, we ran across infrared sauna. I was super intrigued. I almost thought it was too good to be true. And I said, we have to try this. We absolutely need to see what it's all about. Tried it. I felt euphoric afterwards. I could have run a marathon. I mean, it was incredible. I was so excited. I was so empowered. I said, we have to bring this back to the Omaha market. People need to experience it so that if they don't want to do anything else for their health, they can come sauna and they can still feel better. They can still get some of those benefits as if they were eating super well, as if they were exercising every day. So if they change nothing else, come sauna. Come do something good for your body. So
what about you, Nate? I mean, besides what Ashley said.
I always have been into health and wellness ever since, kind of the high school, college, from one thing to another, just kind of, trying different things and experimenting on myself of what works for me and what doesn't work for me. After we kind of stumbled upon it when we were traveling, it kind of started this couple-month research project. We were just ate up anything that we could, get about infrared sauna. We made a commitment and found Perspire as a brand out of Southern California, and we made plans to go visit them, and it just blew us away with their space, the cleanliness of their space, how we felt while we were there, the superiority of the clear light saunas that they use. It's just a whole different experience from other saunas. And because of our experience there and with infrared, we're like, we have to do this. If not for bringing it for the whole community, just for us alone,
right.
Because we're both people that want to optimize ourselves in, how we eat, how we interact with the community, how we like to do adventurous things like climb mountains. This is one of those things. We want to run our own business. We want to, get to that top, that self-actualized self, and be all that we wanted to be in life. So I think that, bringing sauna here definitely helps us do that, but it also helps other people. And that's the biggest thing for us is we want to help everyone around us.
I love it. I mean, you even touched on Maslow's hierarchy of needs there too, right? So let's go ahead and wrap this up. We've touched on the science, we've touched on your business journey and your own personal wellness journeys. But now I know that we're specifically talking about Omaha right now. I have listeners from all over the country though. So there's a great opportunity to connect with other people. And how can they get in touch with you if they want to know more about infrared and Perspire in general?
Yeah, definitely. So there's a website. It's www.perspiresaunastudio.com. And then you can check out all the locations that are currently around the country. You know, if you are a member with us, you can visit any location. So if you're traveling, things like that, it's a great way to get in your wellness while you're away. You know, so we currently have about 15 locations open, and they're, you know, slated to open upwards of 30 in the next year and a half here. So yeah, there's that way. Also on Instagram at Perspire Sauna Studio, as well as, you know, our home studio pages and pages for other people around the U.S. Or, you know, if you don't know who else to reach out to at this point, or you don't want to reach out to somebody else, you can always send us an email, omaha@perspiresaunastudio.com. Reach out to us. You can always, you know, Google us, give us a call. We're happy to answer any questions. We're happy to talk about it, whatever anybody wants, so that they can learn more about it, because we want to share it with everybody. So,
all right. Well, Ashley, Nate, thank you guys so much for your time. I think this is all really, really helpful information. All that I love sharing these little pieces of the puzzle, because everything is everything. And infrared sauna Perspire, specifically, it could be that catalyst for somebody looking for the next step, looking for the tipping point. So I really appreciate your time. Specifically for people listening who are in Omaha, do you guys have any promos or specials they can take advantage of for, you know, first-time sauna goers?
Yeah, so we have a $20 introductory special. So come on in. We offer that. It's a full session. We'll walk you through step by step how to use the sauna, what to do as tips, any comfort level. We'll walk you through how to use all of the equipment that we have. It's pretty easy. But yeah, $20 introductory special. And then we do offer, on your first session day, we do offer $20 off your first month of membership as well, if you're listening out there.
Veteran, military discount, anything like that offered?
Yes, we do. Yeah.
Okay.
We have memberships, and we do offer special pricing on our different level of membership for veterans. Yeah.
Awesome. All right, guys. Well, those are all the questions I have. Anything else you want to add before we say goodbye?
No, we just appreciate you having us on your podcast, Katie. We love the partnership with you as always, and we look forward to keeping the Omaha community healthy and well.
All right. Well, you guys listening out there, athletes, if you have any questions, Ashley and Nate's information and Perspire Sauna Studio Omaha will have the show notes. All that information will be in the show notes. So check that out if you got any more questions. Otherwise, thanks a lot, athletes, and we will chat again very, very soon.
All right, athletes, what'd you think? Thank you so much for tuning in today, episode number 59. And I hope you learned a ton about infrared therapy and how it can be a huge catalyst to your fitness results. Personally, I love it. I go twice a week. I do not like to miss weeks. And I'm so glad that Ashley and Nate opened Perspire. And I hope that more people in Omaha get a chance to get to their studio. Now, if you live in an area where there is no Perspire Sauna Studio specifically, here's what I want you to do. I want you to go to Google, and I want you to search for this term specifically. Search for infrared sauna therapy near me. Do that Google search, and I guarantee you will find at least one health and wellness clinic that have a sauna in there, so you can get some benefits from it as well. I wanted to let you know also something very exciting. I'm launching an exclusive fitness membership community. And the big reason I'm doing this is because sometimes we just don't want to hire a specific coach. You know, specific coaching is very, very important, but sometimes we just need like little certain things answered. We don't like need to hire a coach for a month or need a whole like 6 or 8 week program device for us. So we want our specific questions answered though. Now, if you're not the type of athlete who wants to hire a full-time programming, nutrition, fitness, and supplement coach, then this membership community is going to be perfect for you. It's going to be a lot cheaper than hiring a coach full-time, and you're going to have access to the individualized help so you can reach your fitness goals. And I will personally be answering questions for you on an individual basis. You're going to have access to exclusive content, podcasts, giveaways. This is going to be a membership community, and it's going to be tailored for you. So stay tuned for that. And if you're a listener of the podcast, you're going to have a chance for a special intro pricing too that you can lock in. This is all about providing you the best information, the best tools, the most personalized help without breaking the bank and wasting your precious time. And after all, you need to spend your time in actual training and getting those results. But in the meantime, athletes, it's been real. Thank you again for joining me this week. And until next week, I want you to keep training hard. I want you to believe in yourself and never, ever, ever quit. This is Coach Katie D, over and out.
This is thepodcastfactory.com.